Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target. It's the end of day three of the second Ashes Test match at Lords, and Australia are in front. They're in the driver's seat right now, getting England all out for 325, and now Australia 130 for two. Usman Khawaja batting on 58, and Steve Smith, the best batsman in the world in Test cricket, batting on six, not out. Because of rain, the game had to finish a bit earlier, though Australia might have piled on more runs. And yeah, the leading by 221, firmly in control of this Test match. England will be very disappointed, especially with the way they batted. The short ball ploy from Australia worked. They didn't have an answer to that. They couldn't play Bazball against the short ball, which was very disappointing because we expected a lot from this England team. And unfortunately, right now, they're not being able to match the expectations. Mitchell Stark, what a spell from him, and this is why he's in the team. A lot of people were questioning his place. But before we get into that, we've got our co-host joining us. What's up, buddy?
All good, man. Shocking day, for England.
Yeah, I mean Australia in total control with the bat, with the ball. They're completely dominating England right now in this Test match. And very shocking, भाई इतना जल्दी all out हो गया. मैं समझा 400 तक पहुंचेंगे. Ben Stokes got out and then line लग गई थी उन लोगों की. With no Moeen Ali there, the tail was going to be longer. But bro, Mitchell Stark, I was just going to talk about him. A lot of people were questioning about him, but this is why he's in the team, right? Picking up big wickets.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. I
as
mean,
Stokes
more
started,
than that,
yeah.
the pace that he's getting and the movement also, it really helps a lot. I mean, this is what exactly why I wanted to see Bolin not playing and just wanted Mitchell Stark because I mean, despite whatever he does, he is a wicket taking bowler, and you can see the crucial wicket that he's taken. Gustaki he picked up Ben Stokes first. I think first over me he picked up Ben Stokes, and
Yeah.
then everybody else fell. Amazing field placement from Pat Cummins. I think जो तरीके से वो Harry Brooks wicket cover में काकी डाल दिया था. Between cover and between deep cover, he put a man there, and he was trying something different. But it was good to see Australia coming out and all guns blazing. Right now they're gonna cruise. Like Chirag Bhai joined us. He's saying 400 रन मारने वाले. भाई ये टाइम पे अगर स्टीव स्मिथ भी बढ़ गया तो 500 भी मार ले सकते भाई,
But
because
is Chirag
nothing.
Bhai saying England will chase it down, Vulke?
That's the first time.
There's a
That's
kahani में twist.
बट देखो मेरे हिसाब से अगर उस्मान ख्वाजा एंड स्टीव स्मिथ चिपक के खड़ गए to like lunch or something, and they already have 221, so 400 are definitely on the cards. How much time do you give batting to England, and is Australia a side that will go for a win kind of situation? Maybe in this particular
Yeah,
one they should.
yeah.
But yeah, अभी देखना पड़ेगा. Interesting तो है, but England जिस तरीके से बैटिंग करे, they probably need to make a few changes in their aggression.
या दो दिन बाकी है उन लोग टी तक भी बात बैट करे कल आई थिंक 4 सेशंस इनफ इवन इफ यू वांट सम मोर टाइम 4.5 5 सेशंस भी ले सकते हैं उन लोग 400 तक जाएंगे उन लोग एंड गिव इंग्लैंड a big target, a stiff target to chase. 420 430 भी हो सकता target, 450 भी हो सकता and मुश्किल तो रहेगा. Chirag Bhai saying, irrespective of the result, England's bowling has looked very average in both the tests. Do you think they don't get enough rest? I think they were well rested, but Anderson coming back from injury, Ollie Robinson coming back from injury, that's a part to play. Lack of pace also from their bowlers, that's also a part. You see Mitchell Stark, he was also getting belted a few times during the innings yesterday, but that extra pace can cause some problems. And Australia, all they did was employ the short ball tactic. Harry Brook looked very uncomfortable. With that, Ben Stokes also, everybody felt uncomfortable. Joe Root also fell to the short ball. They just changed their tactics and they got the better of England. Pass ball, sometimes you have to write the short delivery, which Stokes was doing yesterday, but yeah, they just couldn't find the right combination on how to tackle that style of bowling from Australia because the pitch wasn't doing too much. And even now, you see, you can say England's bowling looks very toothless, but at the same time, they haven't tried anything, and they can't try. They don't have the pace. All you need is some extra pace and some bounce. And honestly, the batting should have done better as well. Batting should have done better from England's point of view.
Yeah, I think the first session, if you see today, the way the wickets were playing, it's more like they gave away those wickets rather than Australia actually got those wickets, right? Like Harry Brooks' wicket, Ben Stokes, it was one off, like he went across the line and he got edged. But then Travis Head का अच्छा replacement मिल गया for injured Nathan Lyon. Maybe he's out for the whole series, which will be a very big blow to Australia. But Travis had आके clear up कर दिया था. I mean, it wasn't something they were doing special. I don't know what it was, but Australia still managed to get them all out within like a couple of runs. And then again, Jimmy Anderson again today, you saw again no aggression, nothing. He was not able to get the ball to move. He did pick up a wicket, but again he was very agitated and उसके ऊपर boundary पे boundary मार दिया उस्मान ख्वाजा, उसको और frustration level बढ़ गई. So it's not a matter of rest. Is it the pitches that they've set out? I mean, I'm just like I asked yesterday or 2 days ago that did England shoot themselves in the foot to make the pitches flat at the same time trust their batting to that extent? Now that's one question that is going to come out.
Problem is now on a flat pitch, their batting is also not living up to the
Exactly.
that we want. So
So
it's not
now in some way they're disintegrating their own tactic of baseball.
more than the tactics. They're just getting outplayed by Australia. That's what it is. Australia is just outperforming them and outsmarting them in different situations, different tactics with the bat and ball, field placements wise. Yeah, kuch bhi hai. Australia are just one step ahead. I think that's more than. Like he's saying that they've been bowling a lot 4 days out of 5 days in the last test and 3 days. It could be a factor, but still, it's just the beginning of the series. And
And that's on, and again, that's on them and the way they're approaching with the bat, right? Like they can potentially get rest and give themselves times, but they're trying to put themselves under immense pressure, both batting and bowling. I think they're under immense amount of pressure to perform, and they're not able to. And you see, the worst thing is, जब भी कोई wicket जा रहा in the at Lords or at Edgbaston, you see the crowd's reaction. You see all the old all the Jeffrey boycotts and everybody. They have this very bad look on their face, like this is not English cricket, this is not our template, and that's going to add more pressure to you as a team. So I mean, yes, आप बोल सकते, but again, they had enough time before the Ashes. Ireland का tour, I think only a couple of few of them played. Apart from that, they were all well rested and roaring to go. Nobody from this Johnny Bairstow wasn't in the IPL. I don't recollect anyone in this. Joe Root was sitting the whole time in the IPL. So they did get ample amount of rest. I would not say rest was an issue, and even if they're bowling and they're out in the field, it's all because of their own mistakes.
Yeah, again, yeah, it looks tough. You see Nasir Hussain coming out. You'll see Michael Vaughan coming out. You'll see
Peterson the other day. I mean, he
Kevin
must have been
Peterson.
happy.
Yeah,
He must have been happy after day two because day one पे बोला था उन्हें, day two पे they perform, but day three again you see, like again Harry Brook threw his wicket. Udhar Travis said he started picking up wickets. Nobody wanted to sustain, and again 91 run key lead at the end of the day. That is 100, right? That's almost 100. So it's not
yeah, and
helping.
from Australia's point of view, look, Mitchell Stark, incredible man, really good bowling. I think the way Cummins captained, without Nathan Lyon being there first, like Nathan Lyon most likely is going to miss the series, man, or at least the next couple of games for sure. That's a big blow. But despite that, they got England all out, man. I thought, that was going to be a big factor. England would get to 450, 500 with Nathan Lyon not being there, but they didn't let that be a problem. So you have to commend the way they bowled. I felt it was outstanding. आपके Hazelwood भी 2 विकेट लिया, Travis Head आके 7 ओवर में 2 विकेट लिया. बहुत बड़ी बात है उन लोगों के लिए. It's I think they make doing with things, even though they have problems in their own team, but they're doing things and they're making sure that it doesn't affect their performance, especially in this game. Of course, it helps to add runs on the board, but still, when you got your main spinner out, it could cause problems, but they didn't let that happen.
Yeah, 100%. I think they had a backup in their head to, after you walked out because of his calf injury or whatever it is, but they must have had it in the back of their head that they do have Labuschagne, they have Smith, they have, Travis Head as well who can bowl. I mean, not to the likes of Lyon, but to clear up the tail, I think he's done a fantastic job, right? So, mere hisab se to, I think, yeah, Pat Cummins again, the balance of the team, what we spoke in the beginning of the Ashes, that this is why Australia is more and more balanced than in England. Joe Root is there, but then again, there's no one else to substitute Joe Root, and that's what we're seeing right now. Now I know a lot of people are going to come down on baseball and stuff. If Chirag Bhai ki cheez sahi ho gayi, then Ben Stokes is going to have a legend of like a armor or like a painting made of him in that long room, right? So वो देखने का crucial तो है, but अभी at this stage right now, Usman Khwaja, the way he's going about his business, Steve Smith will also want to get another 100. I don't see it. I don't see like it. 500 is on the cards for me for 450. Like unless or until you see the same first innings you saw today, first session today, and on day two. Day two में जब Australia wickets pick करके England picked up wickets and cleared Australia out on the day two का first session. So the first session is always important because you get a little bit of movement and wicket को जरा कैसा react कर रहा after a day's rest. तो वो अलग देखना पड़ेगा, but apart from that, if they go through first day, then first session and lunch तक तो आराम से मार लेते.
Yeah, Labuschagne also got a bit lucky a couple times. Stuart Broad, man, like जो review करे वो not out था, जो review नहीं करे वो out था. He was plumb in front and they didn't review it because they didn't want to burn a review. So Labuschagne got a bit lucky, but then he played a poor shot and got out. Again, he scored 40 odd runs. It's about trying to increase that score and converting it, but still, like whatever partnership that he had with Khwaja, it caused problems for England and kept their bowlers at bay for quite a while. Now Steve Smith आके उन्हें भी सो सकता भाई 2-3 session. He can just stay on the pitch the whole time and make hay while the sun shines, or even if it doesn't shine, Steve Smith will be getting scoring runs. And yeah, I think it's going to be very tough for England. Uphill task. Abhi Australia to mere hisab se 80% favorites hai to win this game.
Yeah, and on the get go, I think अगर Australia मानना भी शुरू कर दिए, don't be surprised if they want to get to a big target, and you see them not to get थोड़ा बहुत worried about the first session, just go after it. That will take England completely off the map. England will be taken by surprise, to be frank, अगर उन्हें मारना शुरू कर दिया first ball से, which should ideally do. Ideally Australia can do that and get up to 300, 350 immediately in the first session. That will add a lot of pressure on England.
Yeah, 100% it will. And ये Travis Head आके next wicket उन्हें आके शुरू कर देंगे मारना. Earlier Bazball looked as if England wanted to be aggressive and innovative cricket, but now it looks like they are doing because of lack of confidence in the defense thought. I think, like, you look at Joe Root, you look at Ben Stokes, you look at Bairstow. These guys have solid defenses. They do, like, when they want to. I think there is a set precedent that they want to play aggressive cricket. They want to attack. They don't want to defend all the time. Yes, maybe Duckett थोड़ा सा आप बोल सकते, Crawley भी बोल सकते, maybe defense का issue हो सकता. Lekin when you're scoring runs like that, if you're scoring runs comfortably, like England got to starts, a lot of their players, all of them got to starts. I think it's more about just trying to live by the sword and die by the sword. They have to play that certain way. Because if you can score runs on this wicket like that comfortably, I don't think defense will be an issue. Defense will be an issue when it's swinging and everything like that, right? Then you can say कि defense का क्या problem है या
like
नहीं
Ben
है.
Stokes' wicket, you could say like one of the wickets that you would say, but it's not his fault. He got an edge, like he went across the line. But like I would still say, England is also like they want to be aggressive and innovative, but they're again like live by the sword, die by the sword. I get that, but again, they need to be smart about that. Like,
yeah, they're not being
it's
smart
the
about
ego.
it, right?
It's the
more
ego
than
that's hitting them.
Yeah,
it's the ego thing now.
It's more about that. I think like defending on this pitch is not that big of a deal. I think they can do that if they want to.
Yeah.
But they
and now you see Usman Khwaja. I mean, he's very good at defending, but he's getting 200. Or Labuschagne, you see, more than his runs, it's his number of deliveries he's faced.
Yeah,
right? He's faced about 59.
They're
60,
playing like
30.
traditional Test cricket, and it's helping them.
Yeah, and
because
then when they need to push the accelerator, they've got Carey, they've got Travis Head, and then they've got Steve Smith as well. So they know when to pull it and when to like stop it, and I think that's the difference. England are in this ego of showing the world and showing the English cricket board and the English community के भाई हम लोग ऐसे ही खेल सकते हैं और ऐसे ही results आने वाले. वो उसमें they're forgetting that you need to obviously fall back on the basics is what I feel.
और उसका उन्हें अब यहाँ पे भी उन लोग बैकफायर ये हो रहा है कि उन लोग जल्दी आउट हो जा रहे हैं या जल्दी खेल के आउट हो जा रहे हैं, तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया आर मोर फ्रेश.
And more than Australia picking up wickets, Mustafa, you see they're giving the wickets. It's not even like Australia is putting in that much effort to get the wicket, and it's like after so long, because the 5 wickets in today's session, they all just went one after the Harry Brook. Everybody is just giving their wickets up. Harry Brook did get a 50. I told you, Harry Brook is very talented in Test cricket, but that's what it is.
Right, they're getting off to start. So उन लोग फाउंडेशन लेकर ऐसा नहीं है कि उन लोग फर्स्ट बॉल पे ऑल आउट हो जा रहे हैं या आउट हो जा रहे हैं या ऐसा वैसा. They're getting set and then they're playing rash shots and getting out. So now
they must have been with confidence, like we'll smash it and stuff, right? Like they must have ideally thought that it'll be a very good day because they bought control yesterday after ending the day on 270 something. No one expected to make them expected them to make that much, but they made the deficit and they had a little bit more to go.
They collapsed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they collapsed. Moeen Ali bhi nahi tha. They had less batsmen in the team, and it didn't work for them. But yeah, man.
But do you think Anderson now? What do you going to think? Like, I mean, it's not his fault or anything. I'm not going to pick him out. It's just the pitch is dead for him. Ollie Robinson is getting some movement and stuff. Broad is getting, but I don't know why it's not happening for him. But do you think that they will rest him in the third test?
Yeah, they'll have to get Mark Wood or somebody, man. They need extra pace, or even Chris Wokes ko leke aa jana. Maybe he can provide something different because Anderson se kuch ho raha nahi. Unless you're giving him a green top or something like that, maybe a sing. But right now he's just not looking like the ball. Even the wicket he got of Labuschagne today, it's not an Anderson wicket, man. It's a short ball outside off some. Unhe seedha feeder is a very bad shot more than anything. If you see the scorecard, you'll say, oh, maybe he edged him. No, he hit him straight to point. Like it was a very bad ball. So yeah, he's just not looking nowhere near his best or nowhere near even half his best. So yeah, he'll probably have to be rested or dropped in the next game, and you get in someone like if you have Wood available, okay. Otherwise, you get someone like a Wokes in.
100%. I think one thing good is that Australia, they batted in the first inning, we got third innings when Lyon maybe might not even bat. So imagine they were in the fourth inning.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been something very
Yeah.
crucial for them. But I think in some way it's like a blessing in disguise that they managed to get back. But again, what do you think would be a good target to set for Australia? Anything above 350, or you would
Yeah,
be
anything 400 plus. I think 400 plus will be a very good target. 400 दे देना उन लोग को और उसके बाद फिर बोलो आके चेस करो बोल के. They
yeah.
will look to go to 450, 500 if they can, but 400 plus will be a really good target. They're already on 222, so it's a matter of 200 runs. I know it feels a lot, but they can do it with Steve Smith there, Travis said, people chipping in. Now, it's just how they have to plan it with rain around, this and that. There might be time cut and everything. They don't want to draw, so they're probably going to go for the win. So they just have to see when they have to declare. So they have to plan कि उस हिसाब से वो pace पे खेलना है. ख्वाजा को शायद थोड़ा जल्दी खेलना पड़ेगा. Yeah, Smith has to take that responsibility, play the scoring shots, and then you have Travis Head, Green, and Alex Carey who are naturally attacking batsmen. So they just have to plan that. Okay, listen, we're going to declare this time. ऐसा नहीं होना कि आप पूरा दिन batting कर लिया and then 400 पहुंचे. Then you give England one day, but उसमें फिर all three results will be possible. Then you're keeping England in the game.
And that's also where it comes to the point. Last match, जब Usman Khwaja last match में last day पे खींच दिया था defensive approach. I think now he needs to change that tactic, and that's why I'm saying session one से if they manage to get 100 runs in the first session, it'll be good to go. And 350 आए बाद चाय तक खेल लो भाई. चाय के बाद से third session शुरू होने के बाद से, then it should just be England batting and then definitely going.
Yeah, Devin is our. He came yesterday also. His new guy first, but I haven't seen any batsman try so hard like I worked it in this innings to get out. If that style of play is basketball, then I'd call it atrocious. Yeah, it was. It looked really ugly, man.
That's what I was saying. Like that's what I'm saying. More than England getting any Australia getting any wickets, England is gifting them the wicket. You get Johnny Bairstow's wicket. You see anyone's wicket for that fact. Like they're just going with this thought process. That we have to hit, or else we'll get like boss Galian de denga, ya. We might not get selected or so. I don't know what it is, but England are so out to prove their ego of baseball. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad tactic. Smash. It's good, entertaining cricket. Like Virendra Sehwag, he used to hit, he used to smash, he used to enjoy that. But you have to be sensible about it. Now look at the same thing. Australia is employing a little bit of baseball. If you see when Carey and Travis Head are coming, they're going from the first ball. You see them counter attacking and stuff. I don't mind that, but you have to be a little bit sensible when you're on the back foot. Don't go with this ego that we're out to prove and we're going to get results. You're not getting the result, and right now your match is stuck, and you always have to go back to the basics of cricket. You can't play around with it.
बिल्कुल सही. I agree with that. Also, Faz, Sri Lanka beat Netherlands by 21 runs. That it was a low scoring affair. They made 213. The Dhananjaya De Silva made 93, and then Theekshana and Hasaranga with picking up 5 wickets together. 3 for Theekshana, 2 for Hasaranga. It looks like Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe are coming to the World Cup, man. Be ready. Hyderabad first 2 games. Pakistan
my doubt of qualifier 1 and qualifier 2 is over now.
Yeah, Pakistan versus Zimbabwe and Pakistan versus Sri Lanka. How pumped up are you for these 2 games plus the warm-up? Have you ever been excited for a warm-up game than this? Like it's going to be in your home city in Hyderabad.
I think I'm very excited to see, because after a long time we're going to get to see Pakistan play in India. That's first, right? And then second, obviously the India-Pakistan whole thing, jo bhi hone wala hai. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. I'll enjoy watching Pakistan. I'm pretty sure you also enjoy watching, because the bowling that they have on that Hyderabad pitch, like you can't expect anything. You don't know what's going to happen. Hyderabad is such an unpredictable pitch. But when we've seen what the likes of Trent Bolt has done, I'm pretty sure Naseem, Shah Afridi.
You're going to be very excited to watch Naseem Shah and first time.
Sikandar Raza, the form that he's in, Sean Williams, the form that he's in. Sri Lanka played also very good in these conditions. So I mean, it's going to be
Babar Azam cover drive. The
Babar Azam cover drive. The Rizwan and Babar playing the slowest innings of their life, maybe.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I was thinking about Sehwag too. He used to smash bowlers and play very positively, but it wasn't anything like this. And he was made to look like this because Australia very smart. They started bowling the short ball thing to him, and they changed their length very quickly, and it made it look ugly. Of course, every short ball you can't go and hit, bro. You have to ride the short ball, and you have to make the bowler bowl in your zone. But that will only happen when you show patience. Ben Stokes showed a glimpse of that yesterday, where he rode the short ball. He made them start bowling a bit fuller. And Steve Smith said it in his press conference yesterday also that we had to change it a bit against Stokes because he was defending, he was riding the short ball. You have to do that if you want the bowlers to bowl in your zone. Baz ball, his attacking instinct will work when the ball is in his zone. The short ball is not. It's not easy when you have 10 fielders on the field on the boundary. आप बोल रहे हैं कि उठा के मारो, नहीं होगा हर ball, right? So you make the bowler bowl to your zone. That's only going to happen if you show sabr, if you show patience. If you
you
show
have to
that,
tire
then
him
it's
out,
going to happen. Yeah, you wear him out. You make him bowl to your thing. If you're going to keep leaving the short ball, he's going to stop bowling the short ball, right? वही तो बात है. मगर अगर आप हर ball मारने चाह रहे short ball, तो उन्हें वहीं पे डालेंगे आपको. उन्हें क्यों थकेंगा, right?
Yeah. And एक और चीज, there's one more thing to that, like Mustafa. I mean, apart from just tiring them out, it's just like you can take a little bit of time. Like Joe Root used to take his good time and set himself, and then I know Pachichavi reverse sweeps, and he's going after it, he's hooking the ball and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, he's got 100 in the first set, but it's not helping him. He's trying to fit in with the new kids on the block. I get it, and I respect that. But you need to be also your Joe Root authentic when required. That's what I want.
And it's more of that. Like, listen, Australia changed their tactics, right? This is not their traditional way to bowl short ball, this and that. They like bowling a nice line, and they changed the tactics because उन लोग से नहीं हो रहा था. When they were bowling full, उन्हें पटक्के दे रहे थे Duckett or Zach Rowley. So they changed it. So when they change it, you also have to change a bit and just make them bowl back in your zone. And then when it comes into your zone, आप उठा के तो कोई बात नहीं. But don't go out of your comfort zone and just try to hit everything because you have to play a certain way. No, like you play that certain way when you're most comfortable. Bring the guy to your comfort zone and then think like right, you're not gonna like so you I'll give a weird example, but if you want to do some like meet people or something, you're not gonna go club this and that because that's not your thing. You'll take them probably to the gym, or you'll take them to a football game or something like that. That's what I'm saying, because it's not your comfort zone. Someone who likes to party, he'll take him to the club and he'll meet people. It's like that. So you go to your comfort zone and then that's where you're gonna perform. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's a
but
very weird example.
You have to tire someone out and just think about it. Yeah, I completely agree with that. It's just messed up, man. Like, why England is so down to show this. I mean, yes, you did it against other teams. I'm not saying you haven't done it, but who are your oppositions at that time, Mustafa? Like when they employed the baseball tactic, who were their oppositions?
India,
like,
New Zealand,
New Zealand,
South Africa.
They were
good teams.
But like when you're coming up against the world test champions, you have to have a backup plan. You can't go up with this tactic all the time.
Also,
I mean, yes, I love it. I'm second with you. I enjoy it, no doubt. But it has to be a little bit sensitive. If I'm in that dugout as a player, I'll be pissed off. Like, we're throwing it off. We're just giving them the match. Let's just go home and like, why you want to perform if it's gonna be a show like that?
Yeah, exactly, 100%. And like, look, I still, like you said, we both enjoy it. We still like it. We're still going to watch it. Aisa nahi hai. But like over here, it's not even about it's basically about that the other team has gotten a formula for you. You just have to counter-attack on that formula. Counter-attack in the sense, you just have to find a plan B and then bring them back to your zone, and then you continue to play. Like, no one's saying to stop hitting. You can hit, but जब आपके एरिया में है जब मारो आप, because hitting against a short ball is not going to. आप एक तो कैच तो देंगे भाई. रूट दिया कैच, पोप दिया कैच, स्टोक्स दिया, सब कैच दे रहे थे because आप हर उन्हें ब्रुक भी दिया, because आप हर बॉल अगर उड़ाने जाएंगे शॉर्ट वाला, then you not in total control. When are you total control? When it's a bit fuller, when it's in your zone, when you can play that cover drive, when you can play down the ground. Also, how many times have you seen the pull shot नीचे मारना? It's not easy to control, right? When you're playing the pull, it's a risky shot. It's ठीक है, रोहित शर्मा खेलता है, लोग खेलते हैं, but उन लोग हर बॉल अगर खेलेंगे तो रोहित शर्मा भी will get out every single innings. So that's what it is. You have to. You can play high risk cricket, but it just depends. But play it to your strength. Don't play it to their strength.
That's what it is. It's just I don't know. You can't call it ego. You want to call it, I don't know, template नहीं change करना चाह रहे, approach नहीं change करना. I don't know what it is with Ben Stokes and the crew. But I know they back each other. That's one thing that I like about the squad. They respect each other and they back each other, and no one's going to complain.
But you know, हम लोग बोल रहे template नहीं change करना चाह रहे, उन्हें खुद template change करा कर, उन्हें खुद 70 balls खेला 15 रन के लिए. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि उन लोग नहीं करना चाह रहे, उन्हें तो दिखाया वे कर सकते हैं. अगर कैप्टन कर रहा है वो कर रहा, but then it comes down to how long can you sustain that, how long can you be consistent with that, right?
Now the thing is, see, if you're in a defensive mind of approach, let's say Virat Kohli is outside of stump issue, he has to play in the nets to get that at. अब जब आप एक तरीके से 7 months से आप यही blasting cricket खेल रहे हैं, smashing it left, so your instinct will not be defense, your instinct will be smash. So I think that's what's happening with that.
Also, what we are ignoring right now, me, you, and everybody, and I'm sure a lot of people are ignoring it, that Australia are an extremely good team.
Yeah,
we're
but
ignoring
they're balanced, bro. Like,
because India weren't playing basketball, were they? They weren't playing like this. We got slaughtered way worse than this, right? इन लोग तो एटलीस्ट 300 रन पहुंचे, हम कहाँ पहुंचे भाई? और शार्दुल ठाकुर पे हम लोग डिपेंड कर रहे थे. We were praying that we'll hit 500 on the last day. We were nowhere near, and we were not playing bad. We were playing traditional Test cricket. So there you have to compliment the Australian team. They know exactly.
We were
whatever
playing
standard-
baseball, but with wickets. We were playing baseball with our wickets. So
Yeah.
जल्दी out.
Jaldi out हो रहे थे, right? Like so it's more. You also have to compliment the Australian team. You have to see the way their tactics are employed, their talent, the way they've also set up with plans for different opposition. They know exactly what they're doing. अभी बहुत experienced team है ये, and बहुत skilled और highly talented team है. So we also have to give that to them. It's also a combination of that. It can't just be pass ball or Rahul Dravid ball or anything like that. It has to be a combination of both.
Yeah, it has to be a combination of that, and as well, like you said, see, they're WTC champions, and you need to have a backup player. You need to respect your opposition as well. So don't expect like you're going to slaughter them like you slaughter other teams, and that's what they came well prepared.
You had them by the ropes in the first test. That's where you should have think with 2 wickets to go, you should have won that game. Then this game, where we could have discussed it in a different manner, but that's the thing. Like when you have them by the ropes, then you have to press the accelerator and you have to win the game. Now you're behind the 8 ball in this game, and here it's because of Australia's brilliance also. So yeah, it's a combination of your own faults and the opposition's strengths too.
Now just have to see how much will it rain or will it affect the whole test match. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, there will be a bit of cricket tomorrow, but maybe they're praying for rain somehow. If rain ho gaya, so it'll be actually in favor of England. But I mean, it's just been sad. And plus, also see, it's not like just one department is collapsing. It's like even the bowling, right? The bowling hasn't been the greatest. Ollie Robinson hasn't got it. Yes, Stuart Broad, I think, is the pick of the bowler for me. He's been fantastic with whatever he's getting. I mean, not a lot of support, but he's making something happen. He's getting the odd LBW appeal and stuff like that. But Jimmy Anderson, again, रह के भी नहीं है, वैसा फायदा नहीं हो रहा उसका. Ollie Robinson भी at some point he looks like on the same line. Tongue was very good. I think he got a few to nip in the first innings and he was sensational. But again, he's been quiet. Even the bowling is just a sad scene. So there's not one department that's even trying to lift you, right? So it has to be, there's needs some kind of inspiration from somewhere.
Yeah,
and then on top of all of this, आपकी जो public है, the minute you get, I'm telling you, just go back to Ben Stokes' wicket. You see the faces, man. They're like, this is not cricket. This is not us. This is not English. This is not, you know how they're so about their pride and stuff like. So it's like an honor thing for them. And Jeffrey Boycott per सीधा गया camera.
Imagine 3-0. They will be so pissed, man.
Yeah, and they're just gonna. People who do love cricket, they come enjoy sun में बैठ के beer पी के enjoy करे, but they really do take the cricket seriously as well. Kevin Peterson लाल हो गया था.
Yeah, 100%. When you're not winning, I really enjoyed the first game. बहुत जबरदस्त था. ये थोड़ा one-sided दिख रहा मेरे को अभी, but पहला test match तो जबरदस्त था. But of course, like when you're looking at these guys, Jeffrey Boycott, Kevin Peterson, they want to win. They want their team to win. They don't care about like कैसा खेल रहे, कैसा नहीं खेल रहे, right? Of course, you enjoy it when you're playing like that and you're winning. When you're playing like that and you're losing, then
Jeffrey Boycott said the same thing. I was entertained. Okay, now what? Now what? अब क्या करूँ मैं entertainment का? Now that I'm lost, I have to face the music against like whoever his counterparts are Australian. जो Justin Langer ना पूरे खिल्लियाँ उड़ा रहे. So it's obviously going to get to them as well. It's not easy for them as well, but somewhere down the line, England need to like maybe just find a balance. Just need to find that balance.
Yeah, 100%. They have to find the balance, and now it's about Australia just putting the accelerator tomorrow. Let's see how many runs they get, and then it'll be depending on the weather and the England batsmen how they counteract and how they perform in the next game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a crucial day tomorrow. If Australia, I'm telling you, if they come out smashing and get 350 or something, it'll be good for them. Usman Khwaja and David Warner, if they manage to get a few quick ones rather than staying on the crease and trying to make something more defensive approach, I think they should just try and get 50, 70, 50 runs even in the first session will be very good for them. That'll be taking them close to a 300 lead. T tak baat karo, T tak kaam karao, 400 बोले तो बहुत जबरदस्त. Now if rain comes in the middle, then that's a different factor. Obviously drain effect will be a bit of an issue, but I feel like still England have good enough batting, but they need to be really smart. And again, Pat Cummins and Australia again have to be very sensible about the total that they have, and also the timing of their the declaration has to be solid, not giving too much away, not giving too less for them to take wickets. It has to be perfectly balanced, I think. So, overall, it looks like Australia are in the driver's seats right now. and they're cruising towards another victory, maybe yet. But then there are rains, there are showers, there are things that we've seen in Test cricket happen over the past couple of years in Test cricket. So I think, yeah, uh, मैं वही बोल रहा था कि if they do manage to get 50-70 runs in the first session, Australia will be good. Australia will be good to go. And yeah, I think they just need to be very smart when they declare, not give too much time for England to get to that total, not give too less time for them to take wickets. So it has to be really planned well.
Yeah, 100%. It has to be planned well. And yeah, I think Australia are a good enough team that they understand the situation now. They're experienced. They know ki kab declare karna hai, kab nahi karna hai. When you're in this situation already, Fez, you have confidence. And when you have eight
Yeah.
wickets, I think you can be a bit more aggressive and take it. I don't think Australia will be worrying too much. It's about England. They have to take up wickets. The only way they're going to stop the runs is by picking up wickets. If you start, if the wickets don't come, then it's just a matter of time where Australia will just keep piling the runs and you're going to have more pressure. So from England's point of view, I don't know where the wicket's going to come from because today it was overcast also in the last session or nahi liya kuch bhi on log wickets.
Yeah, that's the thing. Was the pitch very dry from beneath? I don't know what it is. कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा भाई.
But in लोग भी इतना दम नहीं दिख रहा इनके
But
bowling में.
जिस तरीके से ऑस्ट्रेलिया डाले, it looked like अरे भाई क्या pitch है.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just too
वही
confusing
बोल रहा हूँ.
right
तो
now.
इनका भी देखना है. But yeah, I think we'll have to see tomorrow. And yeah, देखेंगे क्या होता. Until then, we'll I think wrap up, right? Does anything else you want to discuss?
Nothing else. I mean, World Cup का भी discuss कर दिए.
World Cup, baby! Everyone is pumped up right now.
Yeah, mostly Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe are going to come to India.
Yeah.
And then apart from that, just waiting for another 15 days, 16 days for India's tour of West Indies. So
Rahan is on the way, bro. Vice captain's on the way.
Rahan is on the way, going 2 steps back, 1 step forward. I know what you want to call it, but
yeah, we'll discuss that. There's a lot to discuss about that as well. We'll discuss that also leading up to
I think that pretty much wraps it up, I think. So yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it and see you guys tomorrow, hopefully.
Yeah.